And when Angel Reese comes out and says, she ain't the only one everybody's watching, they're watching me too, they're watching others, a day later she gets ejected.
I'm still a human. Like, all this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day, I haven't had peace since then. And it sucks, but I still wouldn't change. I wouldn't change anything, and I would still sit here and say, like...
Won a national title. She didn't celebrate with her teammates. She mocked Caitlin Clark. So there's jealousy there. I certainly see that with her. I don't know about the league.
Now she's classless.
Angel Reese is making it clear that she's not the only one in the spotlight, as attention is also on others. However, shortly after expressing this, she is ejected from a game. The pressure since winning the national championship has been overwhelming, with no peace in sight. But despite everything, no regrets are expressed. After the title win, instead of celebrating with teammates, she mocked Caitlin Clark, indicating some jealousy.
She happens to be a terrific talent who's white and very, very marketable. The combination of the two things make her the golden goose for the WNBA. Go after her, compete with her, get the better of her at every turn.
I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized.
Reese's recent ejection came as experts criticized her, marking a turning point many saw coming. Dismissing Caitlin Clark's 35-point performance as luck has drawn attention, especially considering her recent lackluster performances. The jealousy cost her team dearly during the Indiana game, where emotions seemed to get the better of her. Meanwhile, Clark continues to break records and shine on the court, leaving many to wonder if Reese's struggles are tied to envy.
In the WNBA at this particular moment in time, it's $250,000 to a player. Caitlin Clark is already committed to $28 million in endorsement deals, at least. Look at the wave that she's created. Look at the profile that it has granted the WNBA. Look at the record ratings they've produced because of her arrival.
Experts have dissected Reese's game, showing how Clark has consistently outperformed her. Instead of focusing on improving her skills, Reese seems more concerned with branding herself as the face of the WNBA. The jealousy stems from the fact that others have worked hard for the league's elevation long before Clark's arrival, yet Reese still feels overlooked.
But I do think that she's benefited. The WNBA has benefited from Caitlin Clark and the publicity.
The ratings for the WNBA draft was 2.446 million, which was the largest in WNBA history. The doubleheader that opened the season generated over 1.5 million viewers, which was more than the WNBA had accumulated in more than 2 decades. You have all of this stuff going on. Understand, Caitlin Clark is different.
Recently, Reese expressed frustration about the criticism she faces, claiming it's not just about her performance, but also tied to race and how she is portrayed in the media. She mentioned feeling objectified and receiving threats, adding more complexity to the narrative. Despite all this, the attention on Clark is seen as earned through her performance, while Reese's struggles on the court seem to be overshadowed by off-court complaints.
Go back to when she won a national title. She didn't celebrate with her teammates. She mocked Caitlin Clark. So there's jealousy there. I certainly see that with her. I don't know about the league.
Can you kind of, on the flagrant, did you feel like that?
The basketball play.
Yeah. Do you feel like that was the appropriate call or?
It's a basketball play. I can't control the refs. They affected the game obviously a lot tonight. So.
But it did look in it, like you were going for the ball.
I mean, I'm always going for the ball, but y'all gonna play that clip 20 times before Monday?
There's no denying that the WNBA has seen a boost in popularity, thanks in part to Clark's record-breaking performances, like her recent 35-point game against the Dallas Wings. Reese, meanwhile, appears caught up in her frustrations, unable to match Clark's meteoric rise. Her constant comparisons to Clark in media and press conferences only serve to remind people that Clark is the one setting the standard in the league.
You can't teach that. I'm going to go out and do whatever it takes to win, and every single night. My teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what I do.
Everything that she gets, like I understand, there's all these storylines here. I try to keep it to what I see on the floor.
Reese's inability to handle the mounting pressure has become evident in interviews, where the jealousy is palpable. Experts agree that Reese's focus should shift from complaining about media bias to improving her game. Clark's stats and performances speak for themselves, while Reese struggles to keep pace.
Should it have been upgraded to a flagrant? I understand. Now, you can't factor in that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese don't have a good relationship, and Angel Reese has mocked Caitlin Clark, has roughed up Caitlin Clark a couple of times. But that shouldn't factor in if it's a flagrant one or not. But this is what people are going to take. They're going to take just that play there. Caitlin Clark played well. The Fever won. They're doing okay. That's, she's had 2 of her last 3 games have been pretty good. And I said that she needed to have a little bit of time off, some rest, and you would see they would be playing their best basketball at the end of the year.
Ultimately, Reese's attitude is seen as a barrier to her growth, with many experts noting that she has yet to fully grasp the difference between being a star and a superstar. While Reese may be talented, her recent actions and lack of focus on the game are costing her the recognition she desires. As others continue to break records and elevate the league, Reese remains stuck, reacting to the success of those around her rather than creating her own path.
Not everybody gets it just because, hey, I put in 10 years in the WNBA or the PGA Tour or the NBA. It doesn't work that way. It's supply and demand. Do they want to buy your shoes or do they not? Do they want to play your basketball? Do they want to play with a Wilson? I mean, that's what this is about. It's not, I'm better than her. Maybe you are. You have to factor that in, I think, or people have factored that in, I should say. That is she doing this? Would she have done this to somebody else? I don't know that. Do I think it's a basketball move? I do.
I think she's handling great. I think she talks a lot of and she gets a lot of back. So she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets it. She's just not built for the physicality of this league. Yeah, and she's not quick enough to get away from the physicality. So there's a lot of learning curve, like Diana said.
As we witness the evolving dynamics in the WNBA, it's clear that the spotlight isn't easily shared. While Angel Reese battles with both on-court challenges and the weight of external expectations, Caitlin Clark continues to set the standard with her relentless performance. The tension between them offers an intriguing narrative, but at the end of the day, the court will reveal who truly rises above the noise. In the world of sports, actions always speak louder than words, and the future will be shaped by those who can consistently deliver when it matters most.